let's get jinky with it.
Welcome to Sinema Scrutiny!
I'm Heidi. I'm Sarah.
I'm Mel.
And I'm Sam. And we would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you meddling kids. Today we will be reviewing 2002's Scooby-Doo, directed by Raja Gosnell.
Overview.
In terms of plot, I love how the movie is like 5 minutes in and the team already breaks apart.
Yeah. A lot convenient.
I feel like they started out with like the what if the Scooby-Doo crew
What if?
ever broke apart, like what would that look like? And I think that's a really interesting segue into madness.
Yeah. As far as plots go, this movie didn't have one.
Huh?
And throughout the movie, they intended to keep it that way. Yeah. By continuing to not have a plot or any bit of anything to strive for. And the cast knew that, the crew knew that, and they really stuck with that.
The dedication.
Yeah,
Consistency.
Yeah.
Okay, as far as casting goes, nobody Matthew Lillard's like Matthew Lillard's.
Exactly.
And nobody Shaggy's like Matthew Lillard.
They knocked it out of the ballpark.
If you're Matthew Lillard, comment down below.
Someone will reach out to you.
You will sponsor us. You will.
Say what?
That would be amazing. The actor that they chose to portray Scooby, his acting brought a tear to my eye. It was so good.
It was really emotional.
Yeah.
Especially that part when he's about to be sacrificed.
Everyone in this cast, possibly, probably not actually, did their own stunts. SCOOBY-DOO, specifically walking in heels, which is very difficult, we all know. Because we wear heels and we make sandwiches, that's really all we know.
Yeah.
I think Shaggy is the most accurate to what I'd picture in my head, but Fred is like a close second. And since he's named Fred, it's like boom, bam, you know, half
He
the work is
was
done.
born for the role.
Yeah. I wonder if he changed his name to Fred afterward. He's like, I want to show you guys how committed I am to getting this role and keeping it. I legally changed my name. Also, Freddie Prinze Jr. is like a perfect celebrity name.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that?
Real name? Is that what you're gonna ask?
The spirits.
I was just gonna ask if that was like a stage
I wonder.
name, or if he just like has that name.
What did he become famous for? This is the only role I know him in besides She's All That, but that movie's like, that's a trip. I love this movie with my whole being, and not because it's good.
That would be ridiculous.
Certain movies are just so terribly made that you can't help but be like, oh, my little dumb goofy child.
Yeah.
I want to pet you and watch you all the time.
Exactly.
Overall casting, fantastic. I don't think they could have done a better job.
Yeah.
Like, everyone looks the way that the original cartoon does, which is, like, beyond what people are asking these days, which is kind of sad because that should be, like, the bare minimum.
Right.
But
Can't even do that, right?
we got that in this movie, which is great.
I think almost funnier than the actual movie was the interviewing, all the interviewing they did.
Offered so much more than every other cartoon. It was so ahead of its time. It had a story. They worked hard to figure it out, and it wasn't gender specific. It wasn't a boys cartoon or a girls cartoon or any of those things.
It was a talking dog.
That's a great video.
And then all the memes that came out about Shaggy being a god.
I must have missed that era.
It's just like pictures of him, and then it's like, if it weren't for me, you humans would have gone extinct a millennia ago. Every good idea you've ever had is actually implanted in your head by me.
Like and subscribe if you think Shaggy Rogers is a god. This is the most important point that I have to make, is that Fred had Kenergy before Kenergy was a thing. Like, he's just got all the Kenness.
Shaggy is to God as Fred is to Ken.
Exactly. When the Barbie trailer came out, I thought that Ken was Freddie Prinze Jr., and I was not terribly sad when he wasn't, but I was also a little slightly devastated.
I think they just missed an opportunity there.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling is fabulous, but
Yeah. It could have been
Even more so.
either or both of them at the same time.
Well, just them saying the same line together exactly at the same time the whole movie.
They like share a giant shirt and it's just like both of their heads.
Yapping on all the time. You're lucky you're not next to him.
This is just a character note. The hate that I possess for Scrappy-Doo burns hotter than 1,000 suns, and I will not apologize for that.
He sucks.
I don't like Mr. Bean either.
Yeah, he's kind of, well, especially in this
person,
movie. Just
in the film, he's like, whatever. But like, as a
creepy. I don't know. His eyes scare me.
There are claws and everything.
his face isn't proportionate.
Yeah, it really works out that he ends up being the bad guy.
I always forget that, like, Scrappy is, like, controlling his body.
Yeah, yeah.
I always go into the movie like, yeah, that's a normal human doing normal human things. It's not.
He's not even real.
I hate it. I hate him. Hashtag against Scrappy-Doo.
Yeah.
On
we
this
support
channel.
animal cruelty.
No.
The movie was like originally supposed to be R-rated, and then they had to recut it to make it PG. That's why when you watch it back, you're like, none of this makes sense. I feel like that movie's like infused with crack.
It truly is.
I really like to watch it though, because that's how I feel like my brain functions. And when I watch it, I'm like, I feel understood.
Because it inherently doesn't have anything bad in it, other than like how.
I thought you were gonna say of substance. It has nothing of substance. No value.
It doesn't have anything bad other than like how certain like outfits are cut, like this, you know, like bikinis and but like you wouldn't typically find that in a PG movie.
That's planned.
Yeah.
Accordingly.
Yes, you can absolutely tell that that's what happened.
And the references to Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that is my favorite name.
Really?
Yeah.
And then I could look at myself naked. Like, oh,
Parental guidance.
Yeah.
I love those like warnings that you get before for like such ridiculous things.
Calling someone dumb.
Yeah.
And me as a 20-year-old, I'm like,
language.
Mom, you need to come watch this movie with me.
The mild language, and it's like they're calling each other buttheads.
The fact that Freddie, Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar are married now, and they have children.
Yes.
Question mark?
It's like chef's kiss in real life.
Yes, they do.
That wasn't very PG of them to do.
How dare they? I just saw on Instagram like a couple weeks ago that they were celebrating their like 20-something anniversary. So that's crazy town. Yeah.
Were they together during the filming of that movie?
I don't know. I wonder if that's how they
We're not devoted.
were brought together. We have totally done our research on these topics.
Incorrect.
I know that this movie is not supposed to be scary, but the monsters that explode in the sun literally make me want to die. I hate them so
so
much.
weird.
They're scary, and then they like when they're in the sun, they like
Yeah, I don't know if
and all the sun pimples.
I don't know if the bad CGI makes it better or worse.
Oh, it's awful.
It's
The
so
effects
bad.
are terrible. It's like
But like if it looked more realistic, I don't think I would watch it.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want an accurate exploding.
No.
You know?
No.
Like
I wouldn't want a good film to watch.
That's why this is the movie we chose.
Yeah, this is the movie for you.
I just don't like horror or anything of that nature.
We're cowards. I would like to see like original concept art of like what Scooby-Doo looked like.
That
if he
would
was
be
just like
cool.
a regular dog or
Yeah.
is he a Great Dane?
I believe he is.
Yeah. Okay. I like Great Danes. They're a good dog. Did you know that their lifespan is shorter than like most dogs?
Scooby's lived a long time though.
Yeah. Yeah. Scooby's the exception to the rule.
He's immortal. Even before this movie came out, Scooby-Doo has been an icon for so long. Probably one of the most worn Halloween costumes of all time is the, what are they called? The gang, but gang is a lot of things. The mystery gang, machine gang, Machine Gun Kelly, the Scooby-Doo gang. The Scooby-Doos?
Scooby-Dooers.
Oh, no.
It's cool how the costumes, of what I've seen, they're pretty accurate to the original cartoons. I also like how they weren't just in the same outfit the whole time, like characters are in cartoons.
I like how they have their color palette. I especially love Daphne's go-go boots. The purple is perfect. Whatever color purple that they chose is literally the best thing ever. It's fantastic.
I don't know if Sarah Michelle Gellar is naturally a redhead, but she needs to stay that way.
It looks so good on her.
She's banned from dyeing her hair forever.
The plot as a whole, it's good. It's cheesy,
Questionable.
but yeah, questionable.
True.
What more would you expect from a Scooby-Doo movie? Like, as Scooby-Doo, they hit everything that they should have.
Usually it's like debunkable though without having anything to do with actual science. It's just a guy, but this time it's like Scrappy-Doo and he's unnaturally large and buff.
So in the original cartoons, there's no like magic or nothing.
Not a ton. With exception to like
depends.
Zombie Island.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of them they just pull off the mask and they'd be like, look at that. Oh, and Curse of the Witches Ghost where we get Hex Girls for the first time. I wish the Hex Girls would have made an appearance in live action Scooby-Doo. That would have been the best.
amazing.
But I don't know who I'd want to play them.
That's fair.
Comment down below who should play the live action Hex Girls.
Yeah. Yeah. Sarah can be a guitar.
She's my tambourine. I'm just slapping her, you know.
Try me in the face.
Yeah, and then the soundtrack, there are a lot of fun choices. I don't think
They tried very hard.
yeah.
Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. In the land of a million drums, there is always something going on.
You gotta face it, baby. Things go bump in the night.
La 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 la. I ring yo, I don't step up.
The cauldron thingy that holds all of their protoplasms is like the pensieve in Harry Potter that he sticks his head into. Potterdocs. The ending scene gives Indiana Jones Temple of Doom vibes. I will not elaborate.
I shan't, and I went. Elaborate.
So that's just also a callback to Barbie Life in the Dream House. Everything is connected to Barbie and Indiana Jones
From
in some way.
iconic to iconic.
Yeah. Just they were passing the torch with each movie and show that they made.
They took inspiration from each other.
Yes.
Art imitates art.
Yes. Oh my gosh! Fred is Indiana Jones's third step cousin.
Indiana Docs. Jones Docs?
Also, Daphne's karate moves gives Miss Piggy energy.
Yes.
She just looks like bacon when she's chopping up like
She's sizzling him for sure.
I hate the fact that she bites that man. It is uncomfy. Has he even washed his hands?
Well, I've thought like many times about not a specific person, but like I've thought about biting into human skin before.
Hey,
Like,
why?
really?
Could you could
Marissa's not even here.
feel free to elaborate on that one, because I would really like to know.
I don't like just, thinking about defending yourself or something. Like,
Right,
if you had to bite into someone else, and like the feeling that human
Of
skin
breaking skin.
would probably have, I just like, yeah. So anyway, I've thought about that.
Bite your friends. Break their skin.
And then comment down below and tell us how it went
How it made you? How did that make you feel?
and how the restraining
We are
order's
your
going.
therapists.
Yeah.
Take our advice.
Favorite scene.
A really good callback to the original Scooby-Doo, like, kind of storylines, because all the episodes went the same way. They started with the mystery, they solved it, they pulled off the mask after some big plan that somehow went wrong but also went right, and it was always iconic, right? So at the beginning of the movie, they started it off with the big, like, factory, and then they do the mission, and then they somehow get it wrong, but they also get it right, and then they take the mask off, and they're Mr. Fill in the blank. And they always do it. And that was my favorite scene, probably. Because it was like, aw, they still got it, And it was just really funny because it always falls to chaos. Yeah. And I love it.
I like the scene right before they get onto the plane where they're all like, what are you doing here? I'm gonna solve it by myself. And then I also like the scene right before that when Shaggy and Scooby are in the van by themselves and they're eating their giant iconic sandwich.
Before the recut, they were getting high.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When they walk into the airport and Scooby's an old lady. I think it's historically accurate. It's representative that you can be whoever you want to be, even if it's an ugly old broad.
I particularly enjoy the scene when they all switch bodies and they're all speaking out of different bodies, and I think it's just very comical. It's not really a full scene, but I love the part where Shaggy is dancing and he like knocks out the guy. I don't even know if it was intentional or not, because it's Shaggy. but
I don't think it was. If you look at his face,
Yeah.
he's just like,
he's vibing.
he's trying to blend.
Jam into the music.
It goes with the rest of the film, but it's just completely inaccurate because he would feel his fist contact a face.
What? Heidi, no, that's not how bodies work. I also like the after credits scene where Shaggy and Scooby are eating the hot peppers because it is quite hilarious and their duo is one to be rivaled.
Favorite quotes.
Watch the ascot!
Well, maybe I quit. I do.
Fred on Fred, the many faces of me.
Who's the ugly old broad?
Word. Are you challenging me?
Fred, you're a freaking Fred, you're a freaking Fred, you're a freaking protoplasmic head.
Final thoughts.
If you've ever watched this movie and you weren't high, you felt like you were. It's okay, we can all say it. It's a little too funny to be true, a little too weird to be PG rated, but that's also okay. I love it a lot. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars.
This movie feels like a weird nostalgic fever dream. That's all. I give this movie 3 out of 5 stars.
I'm kind of a fraud. I've only ever seen this movie. I've never seen the original cartoon. So I don't know much, but I do know that this movie is fun to watch. The characters' plot and sets make you feel like a small child again. You're laughing the whole time. It's great. And I give this movie a 3 out of 5 stars. Thank you for watching. I'm Sarah.
Rover right.
And God bless.
Roll credits.
Hee hee hee.